The big thing is the polls. We're leading everybody by so much. Remember in 2016, I used to go around bragging about the polls, only if they were good. If they were bad, I wouldn't actually talk about it, but they were mostly good. But I'd go around and I'd say, you know, this poll just came out, McLaughlin just came out, and I'm leading by 20, and I'm leading by 10. And I'd go, and people drove the fake news media crazy. You got a lot of fake news out there, by the way. That's a lot of fakers. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, but they must be here for you. I think they're here for you because you're doing such a good job. But we do have a lot. But, you know, what we're doing is so important because we're going to save our country. If we don't save our country is very fragile, very fragile. It's all very fragile. Everything is. We got to save our country. And I want to introduce the amazing South Carolina leadership team that will help us win the chance to put this vision in action. There could be no better team, and these are friends of mine, and they're great politicians. And by the way, we have some others that called me today who couldn't be here. They're away. They're all over the place, but they also want to endorse, and they'll be announcing it very shortly. But we have some great people, very important South Carolina politicians that are going to be additionally endorsing us very quickly. And you know about that. We got about 4 of those calls today. They were like emergency calls. It's an emergency that I speak to the president. But it's first in the South. It's primary. We're going to keep it that way. First in the South. It's a very important state. First in the South. And there were people wanting to move it. I said, we're not moving South Carolina. No, we're not moving it. First in the South, and you'll always be. I'm proud to announce that we have your amazing Governor Henry McMaster, your senior U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, great friends of mine, your Lieutenant Governor, Pamela Yvette. Pamela, where's Pamela? Pamela? Oh, okay. Hi, Pamela. Thanks. Your State Treasurer, Curtis Loftus, and a friend of mine. Oh, that voice was so beautiful as he called it out in Congress. Congressman Joe Wilson. I thought it was brilliant. See, that was done from the heart. That was done from the heart. That was, I don't know if you know it or not, you took a little heat at the time. People love you for that because it showed honesty, dedication, and love of your country, right? And say hello to your son, too. He's doing a great job. And a young, wonderful congressman who came into it early and somewhat unexpectedly, right? And boy, did you turn out to be a professional. You won by the largest margin in history until Cheney, I have to be honest. She lost by a number that was even bigger than your opponent lost by. Your opponent lost by 26 points. She lost by 40. So you're going to have to go back to work on your next opponent. But your second biggest all time, Russell Fry. Thank you, Russell. And another one who's been so fantastic, Congressman William Timmons. He has been so great. Thank you, William. Thank you very much. And a friend of mine, somebody that could, I think, run for almost any office and win Lieutenant Governor, former Andre Bauer. I think he could win for pretty much anyone. A man who did a fantastic job, who was a real U.S. attorney, Peter McCoy. Peter, great job. And another friend of mine, you know, I sent him to a country that makes the finest desserts in the world. I shouldn't have done that. But he did okay. He did okay. You're looking very thin, actually. Ed McMullen, he's a great guy. Ambassador. And there's also an incredible group of state legislative leaders here who will be supporting us in a very big way, and we're going to be announcing it over the next couple of weeks. We have tremendous support. I think we have really tremendous support all over the country. This is the first time I've done this. We're early. You know, when I announced a couple of months ago, the fake news said, why isn't he campaigning? There must be something wrong. I said, it's 2 years before the election. Give me a break. But we have huge rallies planned, bigger than ever before. The rallies are actually bigger than they've ever been because there's a spirit like we've never seen before. And it's been, I think, unequaled ever in the history of our country. And it's more spirit now than we had at any time. And that includes 2020 and even 2016. So I'd like to invite Governor McMaster, who's so incredible, to say a few words, followed by Senator Graham, Lieutenant Governor Evett, Representatives Wilson, Fry, Timmons, Ambassador McMullen. And based on that list, please go quickly. Other than Henry, I don't know. Henry and Lindsey. But Why don't you start it off? Thank you, Henry,
Thank you.
very much. Please.